Stoke City put a 4-point gap between themselves in the last playoff spot and the chasing pack, chalking up a 17th league win at Bristol Rovers' expense. Mikael Hansen darted in for 2 early goals that really did the damage, and then left it to leading scorer Peter Thorne. He reached 16 in Division 2, getting first a foot in, and then stooping where others might care not to for Stoke's 4th goal. It took 40 minutes for the deadlock to be broken as Kidderminster consolidated their first season in the Football League with a comfortable win over Shrewsbury. John Durning's opener was followed by a daisy-cutter free kick from him, which Craig Hinton got the final touch to. After Shrewsbury had made it 2-1, Drew Broughton got a shoulder to it to restore Kidderminster's 2-goal margin. Well, on to rugby now, and Worcester's fight for promotion to the Zurich Premiership suffered a major blow at Headingley yesterday afternoon. With just one promotion place up for grabs, they needed to beat Leeds. They couldn't. Mark Bolton reports.
Expectations high, a title decider if ever there was one. Leeds the victors and top of National League One. Worcester second best, just when it mattered most. Only penalties swapped in the first period, so 6-all at the turnaround. But 2 Leeds tries in as many minutes all but settled the spectacle midway through the second half. By the time Leeds added a third, Worcester's afternoon was over. The damage sustained irreparable. Fly half Earl Va's late put down incidental. At 2-minute defensive lapse, as costly as they come. Even Tui Pelutu's kick mattered not. Leeds the winners and promotion certainties. The table illustrates the significance of Leeds' win. Worcester's destiny no longer in their own hands, a point behind having played a game more, with just 3 fixtures remaining.
When there's 2 sides which are every bit as professional as the teams in the Premiership, and so far ahead of the rest of our division, it's just a shame. But that's it, we know what it is, and we knew we were playing for a big prize today, and we came second.
Well, we've seen a couple of strange goals in sport this evening, but probably nothing quite like the action served up yesterday by an assortment of football mascots. Wendy and Wolfie were among the lineup at the Battle of the Mascots at Shrewsbury Town's Game Meadow. Coventry's Sky Blue Sam won praise for chivalry, if not for his football skills. But star of the show was Blackpool's Bloomfield Bear, who kept his composure, although perhaps not his dignity. The big thing, these mascots, aren't they? How long have mascots been going on in football?
It seems that every season there seem to be more and more. They're incredibly popular now.
Have they always been?
I'm trying to think. It's only about 3 years ago now when Stoke had a very bad season. And when the supporters voted for Player of the Season, the mascot, Hippo, came third. Cyril the Swan from Swansea, he's been in trouble. He got into a fight somewhere. I mean, more than once the police have had to come in. They take it very, very seriously, I tell you. Why they want to wander around dressed like that for several hours defeats me, to be honest.
Enough, aren't they?
Wicked, Bob, wicked.
Right, you said it this time. Right, now a theatre built entirely from scratch without professional help is celebrating its golden anniversary. 50 years ago, amateur actors became rookie brickers and builders to pull off an amazing bit of post-war construction.
Everything is quite ready for the christening.
The christening, sir? Is that not somewhat premature?
Hall Green Little Theatre has enthralled and entertained its audiences with thousands of performances over the years. But the story of its construction is a drama in itself. The Birmingham Playhouse was built against all the odds just after the Second World War. Veteran actor Ken Crowe was among the original construction crew in 1950.
It was very difficult and it was very hard work, but very enjoyable work. Getting the materials is really the most difficult thing, and we weren't allowed to have any paid workers to help us to build the theatre. It all had to be done by ourselves. Getting bricks, steelwork, girders, everything like that was difficult to get.
Local residents, passers-by, everyone mucked in to help.
They came on their holidays, and we worked every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, and every evening. There was always someone here.
What actual part did you play?
Well, I think there are several crooked lines of brickwork around the building somewhere, and I think you can point those out for me. But we tackled everything.
Battling the elements and working around a £2,000 budget, the theatre finally opened its doors in April 1951, but things were still a struggle.
After the first year, we put plays on a temporary stage, and we were sort of building round the action. while the play was being rehearsed, we were still building.
Most theatres are converted buildings, churches, warehouses, etc. But I think we're the only people who have actually built from a clean piece of land.
Hall Green Little Theatre's construction is a testament to community spirit and a one-off. It would cost an estimated £500,000 to repeat the feat in the 21st century.
Michelle Robinson digging out some remarkable archive footage there. Let's take a look at tonight's papers. And the late-night final of the Evening Mail reports the dreadful accident in which 3 people have been killed, that accident at Muckley Corner earlier today. In the Worcester Evening News, a schoolgirl has been left devastated after her beloved pony was poisoned in its shelter. In the Coventry Evening Telegraph, it's the story of the 3 boys, aged 10, 11 and 14, being quizzed about arson attacks in a local Coventry neighbourhood. And finally, in the Express and Star, more than 100 people evacuated from shops and offices in Wolverhampton today during a bomb alert. So that's our papers tonight. So, the other headline, Tony Blair's postponed May's elections for a month because of the foot-and-mouth crisis. He's been given advice and opinions from all quarters. But what do you think? Well, we asked people in Birmingham whether they thought the Prime Minister had actually made the right decision.
I think going along with the majority, that it would have been politically insensitive to have carried on, with the farmers in the state they're in.
Do you want to get the elections after this until this crisis is sorted out?
I think his primary concern should be the state of the whole situation with Foot and Mouth, and more than whether he's going to stay in power or not.
Do you think Tony Blair was right to postpone the elections?
No, not with the state of everything. I think he should have faced up to things.
Yes and no, because in June, thousands of people are going on holidays in June, aren't they?
I think the outrage in the community, the farming community in particular, if he'd gone ahead and gone out for his own, I think probably for his own purposes and that of his party, probably would have been unacceptable.
I don't think so. I think we should have carried on. I think the farmers are being feather-bedded for too long. I know it is a terrible disaster, but, I feel more sorry for the stock than I would for the actual farmers.
Not a view shared by too many in the countryside, at least. Probably not in the towns either. Anyway, that's our look at the views and news of people in this region today. Join us tomorrow night, the same time, 6 o'clock. Good night.